Does your furry friend take over your bed every night? It's time to reclaim your space while giving them the comfort they deserve with the coldest, cozy dog bed. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description to buy now on Amazon.
A doctor who performed CPR on a Trump supporter shot dead at a presidential rally over the weekend said he will forever be haunted by the looks on the victims' families' faces as he desperately tried in vain to save him. Retired emergency room Dr. James Sweetland told our channel the atmosphere at Trump's rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, on Saturday evening had been electric and euphoric, like the great rock concerts of old, until it wasn't. Instead of tie-dye t-shirts and sharing declarations of peace and love, the thousand-strong crowd wore signature red hats and chanted "Make America Great Again" as they awaited a sight of Trump under clear blue skies that saw temperatures soar above 90 degrees. The former president eventually stepped on stage as his signature entrance song, "God Bless the USA" by Len Greenwood, thundered out over a speaker. His appearance was met with rapturous applause. Trump waved his own red MAGA hat toward the crowd and took his place on the podium in front of a procession of gold-trimmed American flags. But 130 meters away, on the slanted roof of a local glass company, 20-year-old gunman Thomas Matthew Crooks was readying a storm of depravity. Cries of joy among the gathered crowd would soon be displaced by screams of panic and fear, but the horrifying nature of Crook's plan wouldn't be realized for several minutes yet. In the meantime, sitting at the top of a bandstand behind the former president, Sweetland, who identifies politically as a swing-voting moderate, said he found himself engrossed by Trump and his intoxicating stage presence. Earlier that afternoon, Sweetland had helped a fellow attendee who was struggling to cope with the relentless summer heat. Many others rushed to her aid with him, fanning and shading the woman with Trump 2024 placards as Sweetland placed her in the recovery position and cooled her with water. At the time, Sweetland believed the woman's health scare would be by far and away the worst thing to happen that day. He was wrong. I looked behind me and there were Secret Service snipers with tripods and long-range guns and sniper rifles, so I had no reason not to feel safe about where I was, said Sweetland. Everyone was enjoying themselves when Trump came on stage. When he turned back to face us in the crowd behind him, I heard 3 pops of what I thought were firecrackers. I said, "What's going on? Is this a bad joke?" And then there were 3 or 4 more pops, and that's when I knew it was an automatic rifle of some sort. One of Crook's rounds grazed Trump's right ear, narrowly missing his skull. Trump was hastily tackled to the ground by his Secret Service detail, but defiantly rose to his feet with blood smeared across his face, chanting "Fight!" with a raised fist. Tragically, though, 3 of Trump's spectators were hit, 1 fatally and the other 2 critically. Among those hit was 50-year-old retired Fire Chief Corey Compertor, who when the shooting began is said to have thrown himself over his wife and 2 daughters to shield them from harm. Sweetland was alerted to Compertor's situation by a shrieking cry from the stricken man's wife, who called out, "He's been shot. He's down. Somebody help, he's hurt." The look on their faces. I cried so much just thinking about it yesterday. I'll never forget it. Among the panicked din, and as other attendees clamored for cover and raced away from the stage, Sweetland ran towards the woman's cries, his years of emergency room training kicking back into gear like muscle memory. The adrenaline kicked in and I heard this voice say, "Go on, they need you." I don't know if it was God or someone else, but I felt I just had to go and help, so I did, he said. I ran over to where Corey was lying and he was ashen. His body was twisted and there was a bullet hole above his right ear that was pouring out blood. And I briefly looked at him and I couldn't see an exit wound. There was only an entrance wound where the bone was somewhat elevated out and there was a pool of at least a liter of blood beneath his head. Someone was helping, holding a blue towel to his wound while I tried to perform CPR on him, but unfortunately I knew it was too late. I did that for 2 minutes before a state trooper tapped me on the shoulder and carried his body out of there like a rag doll. I've never seen anything like it. When Sweetland got you.